Psalm 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. But the way shall perish. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heaven shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces, like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Psalm 3. Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul, There is no help for him in God, Selah. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, and the lifter up of mine head. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill, Selah. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God. For thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people, Selah. Psalm 4. Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me, and hear my prayer. O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity, and seek after leasing, Selah? But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. Stand in awe, and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed, and be still, Selah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness, and put your trust in the Lord. There be many that say, Who will show us any good? Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 5. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. For unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them have a shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Psalm 6. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me, for thy mercy's sake. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. Psalm 7. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me, lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it in pieces, while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yea, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy. Let the enemy persecute my soul and take it, yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth, and lay mine honour in the dust. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. So shall the congregation of the people compass thee about. For their sakes, therefore, return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to mine integrity that is in me. O let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous God trieth the hearts, and reigns. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow, and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, He travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit, and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. Psalm 8. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth! Who has set thy glory above the heavens? Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained a strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, yea, and the beast of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth!
The Great Awakening. The Great Awakening is what caused the pandemic. Flat out, no doubt about that. What's good? I'm glad y'all in here. Shout out to all the fam in the building. Got Justin Wines in here. You got Ellie Jean in here. Imagination and Style. What's good? Revelation in here. What's good, man? I'm glad y'all catching another live stream. Hey, we're going to go in today. The Great Awakening is the reason for this current pandemic. Now, for those that don't know, the internet is like a double-edged sword. The internet could be used for good and it could be used for evil. Now, the so-called powers that be, I'm talking about the satanic cowards, the 1%, they use the internet as a database. All right? This database is used to find out what people follow, what they don't follow, what they believe, what they do believe, so on and so forth. And they use this database to plan future events. They also use it to strategize against the people, pretty much, to strategize plans that they put in motion thousands and thousands of years ago. All right? So they're finding out that a lot of people are awakening. A lot of people are scratching beneath the surface. Now, what do you do when you find out that most people are not filling these mosques up? They're not filling up these services anymore. They got the data. People are watching the internet and they're opening their consciousness. They're finding out what's real, what's false. What do you do when these temples are not filled with people? You shut them down. That's what you do. You shut them down. What do you do when people find out that entertainment is used to keep us complacent? When you find out that sports is being used just like they were being used in the Roman Colosseum, when people were fighting lions, tigers, and bears, it was used to keep us entertained, distracted. What do you do when the mass majority of people begin to understand that a lot of these sports are rigged and it's all about a show, and the ticket sales decline and people start to wake up? What do? Turn it down. You shut it down. And that's what you see happening. And there's also a royal bloodline in this earth. that totally compromise all the plans that they put in motion. This royal bloodline has destroyed their plans in the past. They had to go into hiding. They had to go into perdition like the cowards they are. So this time they want to find that royal bloodline. They want to make sure that that royal bloodline cannot compromise their plans that they got in motion.
There we go.
I want y'all to put something into perspective. When they first started testing for the so-called C virus, how did they conduct the test? You know what they did? They did blood tests.
There we go.
Now, why is it that you're giving people blood tests for a respiratory disease?
There we go.
Put on your thinking caps. They were giving, allegedly, they were giving DNA tests, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
You don't give blood tests for respiratory issues. Now, I don't claim to be a scientist, a certified physician. I don't claim to know it all. But I will tell you this. I got common sense.
There was a better way we could test it.
Now, I'm going to tell you, this awakening is much more powerful than just race, although they're looking for a royal bloodline. It's much more powerful. It goes through race. It goes through every nationality, color, or creed. So now what are they doing? Pay attention, y'all. They taking a 10-inch Q-tip. They're taking a 10-inch Q-tip and they're sticking it up your nose. It's going through your nasal cavity, right? It's going through your nasal cavity and it's touching what they call the olfactory bulb. It's touching the olfactory bulb, which is located right here, right? And it actually plays a role in your neurons. So what they're trying to do is secrete the pineal gland to find out if you can see. Is your vision open? Can you see spiritually? They're taking that Q-tip and they're testing your very consciousness. So this goes beyond race. They want to see if you can see. So what we have here is the so-called powers to be, the 1%, the cowards. They're trying to cover all bases and make sure that people are not awakened. So now when you put that into perspective, like I said, I'm not going to go on this live stream long, but when you put that into perspective, ladies and gentlemen, you really get an overall picture. You begin to understand that our consciousness, our fears, our uncertainties, our beliefs, our disbeliefs, we all control everything. We outnumber this 1% massively. We control it all. Without our energy, everything is shut down. They go into panic mode. Listen, they are afraid, ladies and gentlemen. They're afraid. They want you to be afraid, but they're the ones afraid because we're waking up. We're waking up. We're finding out the truth.
It doesn't work like
Through the lies. Every year that goes by, politicians are putting out these lies.
How do you know I'm
We
sick?
now
You
want
haven't even done a test on me.
something done for the people struggling in the earth. We want things
How
to
you know I'm sick? You haven't even done a test on me.
They try to do a test on you. Not a test. They got
Work like that. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. It doesn't work like that.
They got to, dude.
You can't force me to do anything, bro.
But you sick, man.
I'm a man.
We understand that you're a man.
I'm a man. You can't force me to do anything, bro.
But you gotta do a work on it.
For you sticking near to me, I want a lawyer up here. You can't do that. Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest?
No, not on the wrist.
Well, how can you force me to do something?
So, James,
Try not to.
How can you force me to do something if I'm not under arrest?
I'm trying to explain to you. The
Some shit
doctors,
gonna change.
doctors talk to you.
Some shit
The
gonna
doctors
change today,
decided that you
bro.
didn't
Y'all
have-
talked to me when I was a kid.
I'm trying to explain.
I was a kid too. And I'm a man now. Listen to him, man. I'm a man now. Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening.
So
bro.
the doctors talk to you. They did not feel like you have the capacity to make medical decisions based off their discussion with you. And so
How do I not have that?
that's the
I'm a grown man now. How do I not have the
decision.
capacity?
Okay? And all we're trying to do is help you. Nobody wants to hurt you. We're
I
just
don't
trying to
wanna
make
hurt
sure that you're
anybody
okay.
I am okay.
Boyd, Robert, Young, Charles, Edward,
And we're done. I think taking it off worse.
So if you'd be willing to let us do what we need to do medically for you,
Yeah, I
we won't
tried
have to
that
go
already
through all of
before.
this.
That's not what I need.
And I think that's the concern, is that you're sick. We can all tell that you're sick,
I'm not sick.
but you don't want to get the help that you need.
I'm not sick.
You are sick enough to call an ambulance.
Shit gonna change today. It's called a revolution. Revolution. That's what that's called. Revolution. That's what this is called. Y'all know what a revolution is? Do you know what a revolution is? Huh?
What does that have to do with you being sick?
Do you know what a revolution is? Do you know what a revolution is, brother?
You don't even.
This shit gotta change. All this shit gotta change. It's called a revolution.
Yeah.
I'm revolutionary. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to make everybody sick?
Nah, that shit ain't real. Coronavirus is not real, bro. Come on, man.
It's not?
Y'all better get on with that bullshit. Y'all better get on with that bullshit. Y'all ain't fooling me with that coronavirus shit. Yeah,
That's a good example.
man, y'all better get on with that shit. Y'all ain't fooling me. I'm not the masses. I'm smarter than them. My IQ is over 100. You are not fooling me. Yeah, I'm finna expose that shit. Fuck y'all.
He's saying he doesn't care if he infects anybody else. He doesn't care if he gets anybody
Fuck
else. He doesn't
that.
believe
I'm not crazy.
COVID is a real disease. Those are the things that he's saying.
I'm not crazy.
So we're concerned that he's going to leave and then go infect others.
People a little basic. They thought I was crazy. Nah, I'm not tripping, bro. Not tripping. I'm not sick. Not sick. I'm not sick. Yeah, I'm not sick. I wasn't sick when I was a kid. Doctors put me on medicine, say something was wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me.
So James, just a question. So you called the ambulance, right? Can you put your
Because I had a cough
Okay,
and I wasn't feeling well.
Can you put your mask back on for me, my man? I appreciate it. So you called them and because you weren't feeling well.
Yeah.
Okay, so they brought you to the hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so basically you came here seeking help you to feel better. Am I right? Okay, so you got this whole group of people here. Can you turn? Can you?
It's gonna change today.
So
There's
James,
gonna be a lot of changes going on after
James, my
this.
thing is this.
After this, there's gonna be a lot of changes.
James,
Y'all owe me.
Oh no, James.
Y'all owe me money.
James, listen to me.
Y'all
man.
owe me.
James, you came
Nah,
here.
bro.
you
Y'all
came
owe
to-
me.
James, you came to the hospital, right?
Y'all owe me.
James, are you listening to me?
Things are gonna change after
You
this.
came to the hospital for
If I
help.
gotta die for it, I don't care.
James, you came to the hospital for
Y'all
help.
owe me.
You got everybody here that's trying to help you,
Y'all
man.
owe me, bro.
So what do you want us to do, man?
Y'all owe me and y'all owe a whole bunch of Americans.
James,
Just like me.
so what do you want us to do?
Things are
man?
gonna change today. Things are gonna. See, what's crazy is that this is not the old times. The revolution will be televised. See, that's what they didn't tell y'all, bro. The revolution will be televised.
Come on, man.
It's different now. Yeah, it's not the 70s no more.
Keep your mask on, my man.
This is not the 70s no more. Revolution will be televised, bro.
James, so what do you want for us to do?
Revolution will be televised, bro.
James, what do you want for us to do? How do you want us to help you? That's what my question is.
Yeah. I want you to give me my 5 basic needs that every American citizen should have.
And what is that, sir?
Yeah. Google them. Go Google them, bro.
No,
You got a
I'm
phone?
asking-
Do you have a phone? Google them.
I'm asking you.
Do you have a phone, bro? Google them. Somebody that has a phone, Google what the 5 basic needs of
Keep
a
your mask
person
on,
are.
man. James, keep your mask
That's
on.
what y'all need to do, bro.
James, keep
Nah,
your
for
mask
real,
on,
bro.
man. You can keep your mask on.
Nah, y'all need to, nah. Shit has to change.
What do
Shit
you
has
want?
to change, bro.
You came to us, James. What do you want from us?
I want what I'm supposed to have, bro.
What is that?
My 40 acres and a mule. All that.
Okay,
all
James,
that, bro.
You at the hospital,
I
man.
need all that, bro.
James, you at the hospital.
No, that shit gotta change, bro. This shit has to change.
So why did you come here?
Because I felt like I was sick.
Okay, and
I
then
felt like I was sick.
we're the people that can help you.
Okay, but y'all not put a needle in my arm. It doesn't work like that.
Okay, well,
You can't make me do something against my will. That is not right. I'm a man.
So,
And I would die for that, bro.
You got doctors.
I would die for that, bro.
You got doctors and nurses.
It doesn't
here.
work like that. Even if I'm feeling bad, you cannot force me to do anything, bro.
We're not trying to force you
It doesn't
to do
matter.
anything. So
Nah, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all.
So what do you want
I'ma
from
show
us?
y'all,
If you're not going to cooperate with
show
us,
y'all,
why did
bro.
you come here,
I'm
Jay?
gonna show y'all, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all, bro. This shit gonna change, bro.
So
Things need to change in America. That's why everything going on right now. Things need to change, bro. Things need to change. Healthcare need to change. We should have free healthcare in America. Other countries have it. Why can't we have it in America? That is not right.
you're here at the
That is not right, bro.
We got all these people
All
here
these
trying
poor
to help
people.
you.
My mama needs a kidney right now, and we can't do it because we live in poverty, bro. I want to give her my kidney, and I can't give her my kidney because I'm in poverty, bro. Shit need to change, man. It's time for a change, and it's time now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
can you?
It's time for a change now,
You
not
still
tomorrow.
You haven't
Yeah.
answered my
Nah.
question. What can we do for you right now?
What you can do for me right now is y'all can change what's going on in these hospitals. Y'all give my mama a kidney.
Okay.
You ever seen John Q? Have you ever seen John Q?
Okay.
I can beat John Q right motherfucking now.
Okay.
My mama need a kidney. Why the fuck can my mama get a kidney?
What do you need from us? I'm talking about you.
Why? Why can't my mama get a kidney? Is she not good enough for
I'm talking
y'all?
about you. You're
That's
in the hospital.
bullshit.
You're in the hospital right now,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So
So
gonna
what can
change
we-
today.
What
What
do
gonna
you
change?
want
Y'all ever seen John Q?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm on right now.
So James,
I'm ready to die for that shit, bro. That's
Right.
bullshit.
my man James.
My mama need a kidney. That's bullshit.
So James, with man.
Yeah, y'all come up here. That's what y'all need to do. Yeah,
So James.
y'all come up here. That's what y'all need to do, bro. For real. I'm in Parkland, bro. Parkland Hospital. That's what y'all do. Yeah.
So James, would you let the
Revolution can start today, not tomorrow.
So would you let the
Yeah,
doctors?
this is not the 70s no more.
James, would you let
Us
the doctors-
niggas gonna fight back.
Would you let the
Yeah.
doctors? Would you let
It
the
is not.
doctors?
It is not like that no more, bro.
Would you let the doctors?
Revolution will be televised. Fuck that. Things need to change in healthcare, all that, bro. Where
you
y'all
got-
treat us in prison. Yeah.
Are you gonna let us help you or
I'm
not?
talking first. Let me talk. Let me talk, bro.
We're
'Cause I
listening.
have something to say, bro.
We know that,
Let
man.
me
But
talk,
at the same
bro.
time, we're here trying to help you.
My dad is in prison right now because y'all did not give him the right help he needed, bro.
Okay.
I'm ready to die for that shit. I'm ready to die right motherfucking now.
So James, you're not
I'm
gonna
not
let
scared
us
to
help
die. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't want to hurt myself.
you? We're not trying to hurt you,
Okay.
man. We're
I don't
here.
want to
This
hurt
is
anybody, and
medical.
I don't want to hurt myself. But things need to change starting
This is
today.
medical staff, man. We're
Things need
medical.
to change starting today, bro.
So you're not gonna let the doctors?
I'm in Parkland Hospital, y'all. Things need to change starting today, man. This is not fair, man. I am not on drugs. I am good. Things need to change, man. Things need to change, brother. You know what I'm talking about, bro. You done read some of the books I done read. One of y'all have. One of y'all done read them books, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. I'm not Fred Hampton, bro.
Man.
Y'all ain't finna kill me while I'm in the bed.
No, man. Come on.
You know what I mean?
Come on,
None of
man.
that
You know
shit,
that.
bro.
Dude,
I'm
you
letting
know
you
my
know.
word.
No, I'm finna fight for my right.
Man, ain't nobody trying to do all that. We're trying
I'm
to
a
help
convicted
you.
felon, right? Look, listen right here.
Okay.
I'm a convicted felon, right? When I went to prison, I rehabilitated myself, bro. Okay? When I got out, I'm still in poverty, bro. So I'm in the same boat that I was in before I went in. I'm in the same hood. Same niggas trying to give me dope. I would never say no names because I'm not a snitch. But anyway, like I'm saying, that shit is not right. That shit need to change, man. Poverty need to change, man. Y'all, these rich motherfuckers, that shit need to change, man. It's too many people out here with money for us to be fucked up like this, man. That is not right. Shit gonna change today. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but I'm an aggressive man. I cuss. But if you knew what the S word mean, that's made up. You know what I mean? This is not our original language. This is a whole nother language. I'm way advanced than y'all, bro.
So-
Nah, we gonna change. Things are gonna change today.
So you want me to stay here or you want me to go?
You can go, y'all. I don't
Okay.
need y'all. I don't need the police.
Okay, well.
I'm
not
my own
here for-
police.
Okay, we ain't here for
Yeah,
that. So, I
I'm
mean.
my own police, bro.
So are you gonna let
I
them
police
give you
myself.
medication? Are you gonna
I
let them
snitch on
give-
myself.
Are you gonna let them give you some medication?
I don't need no medication. Y'all gave me medication when I was a kid.
Okay.
That shit didn't work. Look at me now.
Okay.
That shit didn't work.
But you came
I
to
needed
the hospital.
attention and a role model. That's all I needed when I was a kid. No, I'm not getting on the bed, bro. You can't make me get on the bed, bro.
Okay.
It don't work like that, bro. It do not work like that, bro. It don't work like that. You can't make me get on the bed, bro. I'm not a prisoner. I'm in a No.
Here, I'm giving it to you cold, man, all right?
It doesn't work like that, bro. I'm not trying to hurt you.
I'm not trying to hurt you.
I'm not a threat. My hands are on my lip.
I know. But
My hands are just like this. Y'all see my hands?
James, I'm trying to...
My hand, nah, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping, bro.
James.
Y'all tripping. Y'all out here tripping. Y'all lost, bro. Y'all need to wake. Y'all, everybody's talking about they woke. Yeah, it's time to wake up. It's now.
So, man, why don't you just go ahead and let them give you medication so we can go, man?
Nah, y'all ain't forgetting me. Y'all gave me medication when I was a kid. That shit didn't work.
Okay, so James...
That shit did not work, bro.
So James, just like you don't want to put your hands on me, I don't want to put my hands on you. Okay? But the thing about it, man...
Well, we will tear this bitch up.
Everybody will try to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Don't touch me. If you don't want to tear this bitch up, don't touch me. Do not touch me. I'm trying to be glad. I don't want to do it. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Fake ass Dallas rappers, all you over that shit. That shit gotta change, bro. You niggas out here selfish as hell, man. Y'all ain't giving out no food or nothing, bro. You niggas out here giving advice. Y'all giving advice. Bro, turn this bitch up, bro. I'm gonna turn this bitch up, bro. I'm gonna show y'all. I will show y'all, bro. I'm not a hoe, bro. I know what's right and what's wrong. It don't work like that, bro. It do not work like that, bro. They ain't finna change in this country, man.
They do, but there's not
I
gonna
would
change
tell
in
this
the
bitch, hey man, y'all
US.
didn't come up to Parkland, bro. That's what need to happen, bro. Y'all worry about everything else, bro. Y'all need to come up to Parkland, bro. For real, man. The time is now, bro. Yeah, y'all bring guns, whatever y'all gotta bring, bro.
Man, why don't you just let them get
Yeah.
shot, man? Show them how to even go through all this stuff.
Yeah, nah, bro. It don't work like that, bro.
Guys, back off! Go! Go! Back off!
Voter ID is because they intend to cheat. When you get something, when you buy something, you look at your cards and credit cards and different cards. You have your picture on many of them, not all of them, but on many of them. You should have a picture on your for voting. It should be called voter ID. They should have that, and it shouldn't be mail-in. Excuse me. It
On the chair.
Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone, bro.
Not until you get on the bed.
I'm not getting on that
James,
bed.
help us, man. Help me out, bro.
It doesn't work like that, bro.
Coronavirus is some bullshit.
Anybody know a lawyer, bro? Somebody send me a lawyer? Bro, no!
Come on, James.
It don't work like that, man. This shit ain't right, man. Don't put the phone down now, motherfucker. Nah, bro, leave me alone. I don't want to leave it on my own. It don't work like that. No, it does not work like that, bro. No.
It
doesn't work like that.
Gotta do a workup on you, dude.
It doesn't work like that.
You're sick, man.
But it doesn't work like that. How do you know I'm sick? You haven't even done a test on me.
You coughing already.
You won't let them test. You won't let them do a test from you.
How do you know I'm sick? You haven't even done a test on me.
They tried to do a test on you. In order to do a test, they got
Work like that. It doesn't work like that.
What I want
It
y'all to
does not
understand.
work like that. It doesn't work
This
like that.
motherfucking so-called coronavirus is some bullshit. I I've been talking to military personnel and other personnel that come to my job and in various other sources that I deal with. And a lot of Moors are bringing this information to light. People are dying from radiation poisoning. They knew that this 5G network, the frequency that those radio waves coming off them towers, they're locking oxygen out of the body. The body can't take oxygen. That's why everybody's passing out, suffocating, because we all know from the history of viruses, you just don't pass out all of a sudden from a virus. They're using this tool as a weapon. They're weaponizing it. And if you go back and you look at the inception of any cell towers, how they always started overseas, how new technology always started overseas, and then these people come down with these flus and shit. Y'all, this is not a fucking virus that we're dealing with now. They're using this as a ploy so they can bring in the FEMA camps, so they can shut shit down, and they can start vaccinating y'all motherfuckers. And if y'all take that vaccine, y'all dumb as hell. I'm letting you know now. Now is the time to decide whether you're gonna fight or you're gonna lay down and you're gonna be a slave. Because that's what this shit about. The 5G radio waves are locking the oxygen molecules up in the body, and that radio wave is an RF frequency or electromagnetic pulse that deals with the blood. We have iron in our blood, ladies and gentlemen. Listening to the way these people are weaponizing technology, we have iron in our fucking blood. The radio frequencies are locking out the oxygen in the blood. It is not a virus. Go back and look where they dropped all of this 5G and where they started all this 5G network shit at. They started this shit all over the fucking world. And all of the major cities are starting to have these flu-like symptoms. Now, what is radiation poisoning? Go look up the symptoms of radiation poisoning and you will see flu-like symptoms. They are playing a fucking game, and they're playing a dangerous game. So you can either do one or two things. You can stand up and boycott this 5G shit, or you can lay down and you can die. Number one, I would recommend everybody at nighttime when you're at home, start unplugging your fucking modems and start turning your fucking phones off in your house. If you look at fallout protocols for nuclear war or radioactive fallout, the first thing they do is tell you, do not be in your car, sit in your home. Go in your home. It takes a longer time for those radio frequencies to penetrate the bricks and stuff in your home. Another thing that you can do is start taking iodine pills. Iodine pills. They gave our people iodine pills back during nuclear fallout times to keep the radiation from attacking the endocrine system, from attacking your thyroids and stuff like that. Start getting iodine pills. You don't have to believe me. Do the research. Go back and look at the map of everybody in every country that launched 5G and look at this high population of fucking coronavirus. This is a man-made virus and is made by radioactive waves. Ain't nowhere in the hell the virus is going to take over your body in 24 hours and you stand up and you just passing out. Anytime you stand up, you get dizzy and you pass out, that's from oxygen deprivation in the blood. The blood cannot take on the oxygen it needs to take because of the radio waves in the fucking air. So y'all need to get hip to this shit. Now, at first, we all running around thinking it's a virus because these motherfucking news media people are saying it's a fucking virus. But I had to sit back and I had to start reading and doing research. I had to find out what the fuck is going on. This is a military operation, number one. Number two, y'all need to get y'all head around this shit. They trying to quarantine everybody off. They're going to launch this 5G. They're going to launch it all over the world. More people are going to get sick. And then they're going to bring in this vaccine. And just what? As quickly as this virus popped up, this virus is going to mysteriously disappear. And you ain't going to hear shit about it for another 10 years. You mark my fucking words. We are already on standby. We are already ready to go. They're giving out travel passes for certain people who are considered essential because they about to shut this thing down. Time to get your head out your ass and wake the fuck up. They not playing no games no more. You notice Bill Gates done stepped down. You got a lot of CEOs of these companies step down because they going into their fucking bunkers. The time is nigh. You think the New World Order, this NWO with these Illuminati sick motherfuckers is a game? You got it twisted. So you better wrap your head around this shit. You better wake up. You better be prepared to protect your family. You better be prepared to arm yourself. Because when they start kicking in your doors and pulling you out for forced vaccinations, in which they're going to implement microchips on your ass, you're going to say that nigga Martin Mitchell L or that Moore knew what the hell he was talking about. Do your fucking research. They hide shit in books. They knew about the daggone ramifications of 5G 3 years before they released this shit on.
And y'all please share, like, do what you do. But check this video out.
This is my work ID. I work for Well Cornell Medicine on 68th in York. I do comparative pathology research. We deal with biohazardous materials and radiation particles. We inject animals like rhesus monkeys, rats, and mice with diseases and radioactive agents. 2 weeks ago when I went to work, I noticed the security guards were in Tyvek hazmat suits and they were armed, which is not normal. But I didn't pay it any mind. I go upstairs to work, I clock in. My boss is like, yo, listen, you're not needed, but we need you to surrender your Geiger counter. My Geiger counter was attached to my ID because we deal with radiation emissions in my department on the 7th floor, which is the only department that deals with radiation. But they wanted me to surrender my Geiger counter. When I left work, the only people that were left in my building's facility were the scientists, the professors, the researchers, and security guards that were armed. It's not the virus that's getting people sick. It's 5G network from the radiation. And the reason why they had me surrender my Geiger counter is so if I'm in a proximity of people that have 5G networks, my Geiger counter is going to detect that I'm in a proximity of radiation. That's what's getting people sick. That's what's getting people with respiratory issues. That's why some people are dying. Now, my homie works for Verizon. He got a message via email from corporate instructing him and his 100-man crew to pump 5G network cables throughout the tri-state area, whether buildings or houses were abandoned or not. The letter said, if your crew gets sick, we'll send them home and you keep on working. Don't worry. When they say that the oil is short, you'll be first dibs to get the oil.
The oil you the cure.
Exactly.
That's deep, bro. I'm glad you came on and told my audience that just now because, damn.
Well, I've been trying to hit you up for a minute, man, because
On the population, they knew about it. It's in articles where they was talking about how 5G usurps oxygen. The 5G radio waves usurp oxygen. Symptoms of radiation sickness is flu-like symptoms. So if you were
Psalm 9. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou Most High. When mine enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. For thou hast maintained my right and my cause. Thou sattest in the throne judging right. Thou hast rebuked the heathen, thou hast destroyed the wicked, thou hast put out their name for ever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them. But the Lord shall endure forever.
Today's White House
He hath prepared his throne for judgment, and he shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Have mercy upon me, O Lord. Consider my trouble which I suffer of them that hate me, thou that liftest me up from the gates of death, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah. Psalm 10. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. Arise, O Lord. O God, lift up thine hand. Forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn God? He hath said in his heart, Thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Psalm 11. In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, Flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright. Psalm 12. Help, Lord, for the godly man ceaseth, for the faithful fail from among the children of men. They speak vanity every one with his neighbor. With flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak. The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things. Who have said, With our tongue will we prevail, our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord. Thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side, when the vilest men are exalted. Psalm 13. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord? Forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me? Consider and hear me, O Lord my God. Lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest mine enemy say, I have prevailed against him. And those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. But I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord, because he hath dealt bountifully with me. Psalm 14. The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. They're all gone aside. They're all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread and call not upon the Lord? There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. Psalm 15. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly, and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoureth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt, and changeth not. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. Psalm 16. Preserve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, Thou art my Lord. My goodness extendeth not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. The Lord is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places, yea, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless the Lord, who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures for evermore.
Fair.
Psalm 17.
We're no longer going to the polls.
Hear the
They're
right,
doing the
O
research.
Lord, attend unto
People
my...
are not voting like that no more. People understand that it's a selection, not an election. The vote in itself is to make sure that you're participating in this system. Don't y'all know? Can't you see why they're pressuring you to do the census right now? Why we're getting letters to our houses to find out the census? Why they're trying to make it illegal not to fill out census? So what do you do when people start to wake up? You separate them, you divide them, you isolate them. Therefore, you can watch them more effectively, more efficiently. And that's what's happening right now. They are terrified. Somebody said they had that test done. Well, that's why we gotta be careful before we just relinquish our energy to them, before we believe everything that mainstream media is putting across. I heard that test was highly uncomfortable. I mean, they're literally taking a Q-tip and they're touching your brain with it. What are they trying to find out? What kind of DNA are they trying to get touching your olfactory bulb in your brain? But that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you this too. All the conspiracy theorists out there, a lot of people, when they speak about this 1% doesn't sound like a lot, right? When people speak about this 1%, they speak about like it's the big bad boogeyman, it's a beast, it's a monster. Listen, you're going to find out once you crank up that jack in the box, there's going to be something that pops out of it that looks small, decrepit, and just weak.
There we go.
It's going to be a small, decrepit, weak little puppet that comes out of that jack in the box. They are afraid. Don't allow them to portray that fear upon you and relinquish all your energy and power and essence and give it to the powers that be, the so-called powers that be. Because they're not powerful at all. You're powerful. You was born for this day and age. You in it now. It's too late to turn back now. It's time to take the gloves off and fight for your life. Fight for your survival. And the only way to do that is to continue to stay blessed in this knowledge.
There we go.
And that's really all I don't have much to say. I just wanted a quick live.
There we go.
Quick live. Because this is a midday motivational talk. And I wanted to do a live version. Hopefully this video helps you. And it keeps you motivated. And y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. I got to get back to work here. Y'all have a good one. With that being said, shalom and peace.
This program is presented by University of California Television. Like what you learn? Visit our website or follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with the latest UCTV programs.
Breathe. There we go.
5G burning, bro.
There we go. Breathe. Breathe through your mouth. Clock. There's a clock. I know, sweetheart. I wish there was a better way with the test stick. Almost done. Alright, ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. And we're
And this is your girl to talk with Tiny, and I just wanted to share this with you. Shabbat shalom, happy Sabbath to all. Happy Passover. Hoping you putting the blood on your door. And I just want to share a personal experience, what happened to me in being obedient, because we all struggle with being obedient to the Most High. Coming out of this world, and doing, your Passover and fleeing from the false indoctrinations, focusing on sound doctrine is amazingly 3D at this point for me. Listening to songs, eating my Passover meal, just simply being obedient, keeping the commandments allowed me to understand, understand Psalms, and once you are in this knowledge and to hear the Most High speak on the behalf of the hidden ones and the lost tribes of Israel, it's phenomenal. It's amazing. And all I could do is just sit and wait patiently to see the Most High, just, it's happening, and I know that everything that's happening, yeah, the wicked has to go. It is a dust. It is a dust. It is a consolidation of dust, radiation, things that are against the humanity that is backfiring and is killing off humanity kind. I mean, like, ever since I was growing up in New York City, growing up with dust and understanding all the scriptures of the Bible. Once upon a time, before all the jobs had left overseas, we're talking about all the jobs that were in America, caused this type of dust as well. And then this dust was just, it was just based upon all this dust, based upon slavery, slavery is what's in the air, the dust, the power of the Most High, and both ends, the heathens and Israel. Because don't forget, during the curses and watching the curses be reversed is phenomenal. Only to those who are being obedient. You have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Do not give them fear. Give them the Most High's power so they can tremble. For even the demons and the beasts of the field and everything shall tremble from the Most High's power. So I'm here to encourage you and inspire you. Keep your commandments. Please keep your Sabbath. Now's the time to talk to your children. Pray over your children. Get into the know. And share this live if it blessed you. Because I'm not talking about blessed you like, to start anything, but just to open your soul, to start praying, praying and praying and praying. And when you hear Psalms, lift up your heart, lift up your open up your pineal gland to the Most High Yah. Let the Most High Yah feed your soul. Hiding and abiding under the shadow of the Almighty. Never mind these false indoctrinations. Never mind whatever the Most High has closed down. It's a done deal. It's never going to go back to that. So plead your case with the Most High and know that the Most High is in full effect. Because at the end of the day, if anybody is controlling this, it will be the Most High Yah, who has the last say. Alpha and Omega, the one who was and is and still yet to come. Okay? And no matter what, the Most High is controlling everything. Everything. The Most High is using the same army to slay. He who leadeth into captivity shall be led in captivity. It's what is getting ready to take place. So buckle your seatbelt and abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And all you pastors who preach false indoctrination and loved every minute of it and made money off of transgressing the law. I'm just going to leave that right there. But this is your girl to talk with Tiny. Like, share, subscribe. And before I go, I just want to let you hear a little soundbite of how they consider us as the human zoo science. Now, I'm not going to go and I'm not going to play, put anything on the screen because for, copyright purposes. But let's get into this real quick.
100 years ago, long before television and mass tourism, there was only one way to see the world. Huge fairs were staged in every great city, bringing the world to the public. From Italian gondolas to African elephants. But it wasn't just animals and objects that were exhibited. Live human beings were put on display. These were human zoos. These exhibitions were not meant just as entertainments. They were masterminded by scientists and designed to demonstrate the superiority of the white race.
The average white man is stronger of limb, fleeter of foot, clearer of eye than the average yellow or red or black.
Human zoos taught the public that racism was scientific. This new science of race would inspire and feed the ideology of the Nazis, giving academic grounding to the 20th century's greatest atrocity. This is the story of the human zoos and their legacy, buried by history until now. Almost nothing is known about the people who were put in human zoos, but one man's story can be pieced together. His name was Ota Benga. He was a pygmy from the Congo. Ota Benga would pass through the hands of 4 of America's leading scientists: the anthropologist William McGee, the zoologist William Temple Hornaday, and Madison Grant, America's greatest racist and the author of Hitler's favorite book. But Ota Benga's journey to the human zoo would begin with the explorer Samuel Phillips Werner. At the beginning of the 20th century, Werner was one of the world's leading experts on pygmies. He'd even lived among them in the Congo.
My grandfather, he wanted to show the world that there were these people and acquaint their civilization with ours. He thought that this would be sensational. I don't think my grandfather would have liked this environment. It's too artificial for him. I'm here to show you this picture that was taken of my grandfather, Werner. I think he's a rather handsome fellow. Well, he was very adventurous. Some thought it was to such an extreme that perhaps he was a little daft or crazy, or a little bit like many in the Werner family have been over the years. He saw the pygmies as people who were very close to nature and had a wonderful knowledge of who ate what and how they could cure diseases with various concoctions and how to poison an elephant. You realize a single pygmy could bring down an entire bull elephant single-handedly. I don't think that any of us could do that.
In 1903, Werner got his chance to show pygmies to the world.
I don't think it's in there now. I think it's in here.
An anthropologist offered to pay him to bring pygmies to America. If he pulled off the feat, it could catapult Werner into the A-list of famous explorers, next to Stanley and Livingstone. But first,
Psalm 17.
he had to meet his employer's list of demands.
Hear the right, O Lord, attend unto my cry.
What is to be
Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of feigned lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved mine heart, thou hast visited me in the night, thou hast tried me, and shalt find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O God. Incline thine ear unto me, and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness.